Let's head to the NFC North, Gerardo. What do we got here?
NFC North, we got the Lions here at 11-6. Green Bay Packers go 9-8. Vikings are 5-12. Bears are 2-15. The Lions notably lose both coordinators this year, and I kind of think that that's going to affect them this year. I really
No,
do.
hot take. Hot take.
I do think that they are immensely talented. I mean, the fact that they're adversity, like you told before, that they were the number one most injured team that past year, and they won 14 games, right? They were the number one team in the NFC,
Yeah, they had home field, didn't they? Yeah.
and they somehow did with all that adversity, and they were really good. They have solid pieces everywhere. They're just not having Aiden Hutchinson, right? He's just gone for the season because of his broken leg or broken ankle. So I just think that this division is probably the tightest in the sense of like there's a lot of uncertainty with two teams. And then on top of that, you're losing offensive coordinator and a good defensive coordinator to two other head coaching jobs in this league. One of them went in division, but I think they're still going to win the division. I just think that they're just going to, coming from 14 wins from that Detroit Lions team, like that's a lot. I would have never expected last year for them to win 14 games. So I think that they're going to have a little bit of a come down from that. Green Bay defensively, I'm like with them with the Bengals, except they just don't have that much of a high-powered offense for me to believe in that much. Jordan Love is a good quarterback. They did finally draft a wide receiver this year. They do have Josh Jacobs, but defensively too, like God Almighty, they have a wide receiver playing nickel corner. That's all I have. Even the Bengals can have like all corners at least. I just don't trust that within that division too. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown. You have Jets out there for the Vikings. You also have the former USC Pitt wide receiver over there too, Addison, as well too.
Suspended 3 games.
Yeah, but it's still like a unbelievably tough division of like wide receiver wise for them. And then, but I think with the going into, speaking of Justin Jefferson, the Vikings, like I don't trust JJ. I've never been a JJ fan. I've been on record on that I do think that JJ has always been carried by all the teams that he's always played on, and he's never had to showcase any legitimate, like he has never been the reason why a team has won a game throughout his career. And does he go into a really favorable, good team with the Vikings? Like Kevin O'Connell has proven, like Sam Darnold looked legit last year because of Kevin O'Connell. But I just think that there's going to be a big decline in this year for the Vikings. And then also the Bears are just, that offensive line is bad. It doesn't matter what type of offensive coordinator you get with Caleb Williams. He's running for his life almost every play. He's not going to be able to get the ball off. The defense is decent on the defensive line, but you're going to be playing a lot of games coming back, and all you're going to do is throw the ball a lot, and all these teams are just going to have to pin their ears back and come right after you. And I'm just not I truly believe that it's just, ever since Jay Cutler, they just could never get a quarterback out there.
They did break a trend. They did give a quarterback an extension this week for the first time since Jay Cutler. It was
now, funny enough, that dude actually looks legit in preseason. He's looked better than Caleb Williams, which number 17.
Yeah, Tyler Bagnett, whatever his name is.
$10 million for him. So, like, he's good for him. But I think that this division they're going to beat each other up a lot. I think that's a low watermark, low benchmark for the Bears. I think they could be, like, if Ben Johnson is the guru that he is, they could win. They can go 8-9. Caleb Williams is the reason why he won the Heisman. He was as talented as he is. But also, like, I think this is the one I was probably struggling the most on wins. So I'm probably going to eat a lot of shit for this division, I think, throughout the year.
Yeah. Okay, here's mine. Again, a little different. I got the Lions at 11-6 like you for a lot of the same reasons. A step back is inevitable. The talent is there for sure. They're going to lose some games in some wacky ways. Like, just, coaching mistakes. Dan Campbell has never been the greatest game manager. I think a lot of that struggle is going to come out even further without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn to help kind of the X's and O stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this team's too good to really fall on their face. So 11-6, win the division. Sound about right? the Vikings at 10-7. It might be a hot take to you for sure. I'm equally not a JJ McCarthy believer in the sense of I don't think he's like a game changing quarterback. I think he's closer to Brock Purdy than he is insert good quarterback here.
He's
I think
closer to Brock Purdy than he would be like Drake May.
Yes. Well, Drake May's still unproven, but like he's not going to be the reason the Vikings win any games, but I think he can be the reason they don't lose any.
Okay.
Like he's not going to be throwing games away on stupid picks. He's not going to be throwing games away, making dumb decisions. I think he's a very safe quarterback. You don't take safe with the top half of the draft pick, but the Vikings said we'll do it. I think the concerns with him is that he's too conservative. That he just doesn't really take the shots that like Sam Darnold did that got them to 12, 13 wins last year. But he may not piss away some spots where Darnold did, especially at the end of the season, where the mask kind of came off. So 10-7, I think that team's still very, very good. A step back for sure in McCarthy's first real NFL action, but I just think that they just got the better team than the others. Like the Green Bay Packers, I think a lot of them, like I think about the Steelers, just aggressively middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them winning the playoffs as they did last year. It's a solid squad. It's just like there's no real oomph. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of high end talent on that roster, and they need to figure that part out. Like Josh Jacobs isn't going to live forever. Jordan Love had his first injury scare last year. You don't want that to perk back up. That receiver room is aggressively mediocre. Jaden Reed, Marcus Golden was a first round pick. Maybe he can bring an element that they don't have. Romeo Dobbs is like on the roster bubble. You're without Christian Watson until at least Thanksgiving, or Halloween. There's nothing I feel awesome about with this team. I just kind of feel okay. And then the Bears, I have a little bit better. I have pretty better than you.
Yeah, significantly better. Yeah.
7-10. Ben Johnson is a wacky guy with some wacky offensive concepts. Caleb Williams is ultra talented. That offensive line is scary. Caleb Williams was not great in preseason, which is why I don't have them making the monumental leap that a lot of people do. But the coaching is going to be better than it was last year. Absolutely. We'll see how much better. We'll see if Ben Johnson's really just Adam Gase in disguise. But I think the floor is a little high. It's a little bit higher. They're going to win some games in some wacky ways. I just don't see 2-15 with them. I don't feel like they're disgusting like I do with the other teams that I have going 5 wins or less, as you can see on my graphic. I just don't feel that way about them. I think they have some stuff. They have a lot of receivers that are really good. They got the second best tight end in the draft class, Colston Loveland, who I think was maybe the best receiving tight end in the class. I think Tyler Warren just does a little bit of everything that made him so much better than Colston Loveland. Which somehow I believe Colston Loveland got taken first in that draft, which is absolutely insane to me. I don't know if it is about you, but I think they have a lot going for them, on in a lot of facets, especially on offense with the receivers. But you're right. If they can't protect Caleb Williams, there's a huge problem. But I think they'll figure it out. I think 7-10 is probably the high mark, as you would put it. But I don't see 2-15 with them. I think there's just too much talent to really bottom out that bad.
Yeah, I just when like making the selection for me, I just saw like too many teams that they were up against. I would just have favored the other ones. The only I wouldn't argue against that on that one. Like 7-10, I'm more than happy to like agree on that. Like somewhere in between that. Like maybe the worst they'll do is 5 losses this year. The one for me with the Vikings, how you said like they won't lose games based on like JJ McCartney not making a bad decision. I think making no decision is considered a bad decision. And I think him not
Well,
being
that's kind of what I said. He might be too conservative.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm going to piggyback on that. I just think that he's just not going to push the ball downfield and make those type of plays. And then I just ultimately think that you essentially drafted AJ McCarron at like that pick.
Ooh, they're not going to like that.
No, because to me it was that you're just a device in which the football goes through, that you are just transferring it into better players. You are not, and when you're getting the most important position in all of sports, you don't get somebody who's just a device in which the offense goes through. You should get somebody who is a playmaker, can read a defense and willing to make a decision. And yeah, is it a little bit risky and goes against maybe the head coach's call? But like if it results in a touchdown and at least they try, that's one thing like I praise Sam Darnold for. Like is the fact that he's doing something to win him the game. He's not doing something to not lose the game, because not losing a game has the word lose in it. You end up losing games by not losing a game. And I think like the better comparison, like you were saying, I think it's like you got Brock Purdy. He's closer to Brock Purdy than he is Baker Mayfield. And like I would say, I would rather have a guy like Baker Mayfield on my team than a guy like Brock Purdy, who's just like, all right, like I'm gonna set him up for success, rather than I can trust my quarterback to make a decision that even I don't see. And I think the 10 wins is not that bad, but I just think that they're going to find out that JJ McCartney is just AJ McCarron in disguise.
There's a ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the floor and ceiling are much closer together than a lot of people see. Like you're getting almost a finished project as well too. And even what's also his like that, what he's going to be Brock Purdy. Like that's the best he can be. So that's my take on the
like he won't be Mac Jones. He's certainly got better arm talent, better skills than Mac Jones does. He's not going to flail out that bad. But AJ McCarron, like that could be a reasonable. I don't want to say floor, but that could be like the reasonable. Like this could legitimately happen.
Yeah, he's essentially a career notable second stringer.
Like I feel like the ceiling for him, as far as God, like it feels Tannehill to me.
Yeah, you just got a mid guy, and the thing is too. Let's put into all the
Tannehill made the AFC Championship a couple times. JJ McCarthy could do the same thing. It's just you're not gonna get that super play that you need.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that's my thing. It's just like if you look in this division, there's going to be one team, like based on potential, right? If you look on the quarterback for this division, the only quarterback that he'll probably be better than within 5 years is Jared Goff because of age.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's just take that out of it. Like within the next 5 years, he's probably tied for last as the best quarterback in this division.
Because Jordan Love has superpowers. Caleb Williams has superpowers as long as like he keeps his head on his shoulders. And then we're kind of like awaiting to see who the Lions' next guy is.
Exactly. And Jared Goff has proven that he can, like, he has made big plays. He also went to a Super Bowl with the Rams, like, as well, too. Like, he has proven that he is a legitimate winner in two different, like, teams as well. And where JJ, it's like, I think he's the ultimate, like, so many eyes are going to be on him this year.